My name is Franklin Martin. I'm based in Nice, France. I work for a company in San Diego, California, entitled Float Incorporated. Okay. Float Incorporated has the marine technology that has the characteristics of being stable platform at sea. Float Incorporated is combining shipping and wave energy on the same platform, which has, in doing so, we have the capacity to provide space offshore for ships, delivering and picking up containers, and delivery and transshipment of containers ashore. The wave energy side can either be retained on board ship in terms of in a configuration of compressed air within the interstitial spaces of the platform, PSP, or it can be shipped ashore through a submarine cable, which would not be very long, 30 nautical miles, to provide power to some 60,000 homes. One of the main reasons for combining the ROSI with the floating platform, PSP, is the fact that they both have qualities of stabilization, survivability, and by putting them together, you enhance that total package with a bigger capacity of survival than initially thought. Combining wave and platform activities, in this particular case, container shipping, responds to unnecessary response for Europe. Just a rapid example. Daily, Amsterdam receives 35,000 containers that will go by road transshipment. That means a bumper-to-bumper truck tractor line between Amsterdam and Paris, 630 kilometers. And that's daily. By taking those same containers off of the road and putting them on short sea shipping vessels and delivering them to the different member states on the North Atlantic Arc, we can eliminate road traffic, CO2 pollution, and provide jobs, because you have vessels that are sitting idle, you have a shortage of seafarers, reduces the travel time of the vessels simply because it's 50 hours from the port, offshore port, to Amsterdam, and 50 hours to Sines, Portugal. The EU Blue Growth 2013 final document that came out gave 27 categories of application. I went through them with a fine-tooth comb with marine engineer. We have Dr. Neil Brown and our Chief Executive Officer, Donald Innes, and I sorted all of this out with them. And of the 27 categories, we can respond to 22, one of which being deep sea shipping, and we added renewable energy from the waves. So we're combining there something that needs to be done, and it needs to be done rapidly. And we're now in a process of identifying the areas that we need to go back to and research and make sure that we're not making an error, so that we can go forward and complete the financials and arrangements necessary for entering into a commercial product. Not to a great degree, simply because their technology, the marine technology that we have, is unique. A comment that was made by one of our associates, Dr. Al Yee from Applied Technology in Hawaii, that he had constructed the first concrete island drilling system in 1982 or 84, sometime in that period of time, which served for 20 years above Alaska in the cold and the ice. And he resold that 20 years later for basically the same price that he'd paid to get it built. And when the discussion took place between him and Donald Innes, our chief executive officer, Dr. Yee mentioned, well, I wish I had thought of that, using the pneumatic systems of air pressure to hold the cylinders up above the surface. So it was a very, very positive aspect. And with that, we're not really looking, we know other processes exist. However, they're not really specific to our applications. We always try to look, I do always try to look at what other people are doing and how they're doing. Are they doing what I consider doing similar things as them, or do we need to just say, okay, that's something to avoid? Because experience is a question of opinion, a question of knowledge, a question of what road you're going down compared to what road that they're going down. Some of the things that could have been done better, they're visible today, but 10 years ago, maybe not. So we have to live with the experience, know what's been done, to know what we need to do for the future. It's called research and development. It means you spend days, weeks, and months reading, accumulating information, and I'm an individual that has more curiosity than 12 cats. I love information, and internet has managed to provide me what I need to do my job, and to be aware the soonest possible of any change in a regulation or a change in a possible structure that may cause either a competitor or help us in doing something different and better. So it's a question of being knowledgeable about what's going on around you in the world. You do not have to have a tunnel vision. You must have an open view of everything. And that's the only way to plan. In logistics, you plan what's called time and motion. From the time you've got it till it's gotten onto the vehicle, or gotten onto the aircraft, or gotten onto the missile, whatever it might be. And it's all a matter of doing that in a prescribed manner, so that at the end of the day, you can say, hey, the product came in, it was delivered today, it was sent out yesterday, or sent out early, and the people have it already on the vehicle. And that's the name of the game. Based upon the last 2 days of exposing information and technology and financing and personnel, and the whole package has been, number one, a challenge for us. Number two, an eye-opener, because, like I said before, by obtaining the possibility to talk with people here all at one time, one right after the other, has managed to get the snowball rolling. And it's starting to pick up a little bit at a time. And this is important because the technology that we're dealing with is not well known in the world. And people have a tendency to be disbelievers when it comes to, well, we can produce electricity. How are you going to do that? With the waves. Well, they're going to destroy you. That's the tunnel vision view. Now we have to open their minds and say, hey, the wave energy can help you. It can hurt you, but it can also help you. So listen to what we have to say. We can collect energy and convert that to electricity. And you can turn your lights on at a lesser cost. There I can respond with a big positive. Already, other than having to meet with 10 or 12 people in the last 2 days, they've been the people that needed to be met, but individually I could not possibly contact everybody and make arrangements with them and meet with them and discuss with them and then have to go back and discuss with others and come back. It would be 6, 8, 10 months before I could get things done. This way, in 2, 3 days, we've advanced enormously in the right directions. Other than a slide that didn't work, yes, everything was fine. I enjoyed the advisory session because it made me have to think, and it gave me feed in for maybe questions that should have been asked and never were asked. And it's this kind of exchange that gives us an opportunity to develop more rapidly and to encompass everything that's required before we even get to the table in terms of signing checks, in terms of signing contracts, in terms of construction. Will do. Thank you.